Late last month, a staggering financial claim hit Rockstar Games. According to a rumor sweeping social media, within 24 hours of pre-orders opening for Grand Theft Auto 6, the studio banked over $2 billion. To put that figure in perspective, $2 billion is more than the entire lifetime box office of nearly every major movie ever released. And according to the internet, Rockstar needed every penny of it, because a second viral claim insists the game cost an exact $2 billion to develop, making it the costliest media project in history. But if we trace this specific budget number back to its source, we don't find a corporate press release or a leaked accounting ledger. We find a September 2022 server intrusion carried out by a teenage hacker from the Lapsus S group. During negotiations on private messaging platforms, the hacker typed out the $2 billion figure. But he also explicitly admitted in those same chat logs that he possessed zero documentation or financial files to support it. As the chat screenshots spread to community forums, video algorithms stripped away the hacker's admission of having no proof. Over 3 years, a completely undocumented chat log solidified into undisputed internet law. Gamers were primed to believe these massive figures. The industry is in a 13-year drought since GTA 5. The new game carries a hefty $80 to $100 price tag, and other game publishers are so intimidated by the November 2026 launch that they are actively clearing their release calendars. When a publisher remains entirely silent about their finances, that vacuum gets filled by anticipation. And in this case, unverified rumors completely hijacked the actual financial reality of the project. To find out what the game actually costs, we have to ignore the chat logs and look at the forensic evidence of modern AAA game development. The first step is recognizing the difference between a game's strict core development budget and its total investment. A true budget has to account for global marketing, multi-studio overhead, and server infrastructure. This chart tracks audited UK companies' house filings for Rockstar North. Localized payroll climbs rapidly between 2019 and 2025, locking in at $2.7 billion. Stacking costs of global sister studios and a $500 million marketing budget pushes total investment well past $3 billion. Comparing this verified estimate of $3 to $5 billion against the hacker's original $2 billion claim reveals a surprising truth. The internet rumor was actually a massive underestimate. The community's source was completely flawed, but their underlying instinct was entirely correct. Rockstar is making the highest stakes upfront financial gamble ever attempted in media. This brings us back to the second viral claim. When pre-orders opened on June 25th, did Rockstar actually pocket $2 billion in a single day? The idea feels entirely plausible when we look at their track record. 13 years ago, Grand Theft Auto 5 hit the market and generated $1 billion in just 3 days. High pre-order volume is a standard industry reality. Back in 2020, Cyberpunk 2077 racked up 8 million pre-orders before its highly controversial launch. But the rumor of a $2 billion payday shatters when it hits the strict framework of Wall Street's generally accepted accounting principles. Under GAAP rules, capital collected from software pre-orders is classified as deferred revenue. Legally, a publisher cannot recognize a single dollar of that cash on their income statement until the game is actually delivered to the consumer's hard drive. More importantly, generating a massive pile of launch day software sales is no longer the primary objective for modern publishers. The actual strategy is building an engine for what the industry calls recurrent consumer spending. In recent financial reports, microtransactions and active subscriptions and virtual currency purchases make up 82% of bookings. Rockstar didn't make billions on pre-order day, and they aren't aiming for a one-day retail cash grab. They are constructing a digital economy meticulously designed to extract high-margin recurring revenue for the next decade. So if we discard the internet hysteria, what do professional Wall Street analysts actually project for November 2026? This line graph illustrates the flat baseline of standard industry sales compared to what happens when this title drops. According to Piper Sandler and DFC Intelligence, the game is on track to sell an estimated 35 to 45 million copies within its launch window. When you apply the $80 to $100 retail price, That math equates to a highly realistic $1.2 to $1.5 billion in gross consumer bookings on day one. Sweeping away the fiction leaves us with a clear ledger. The myth that the game cost exactly $2 billion to develop is a drastic undercount of the actual investment. The claim that Rockstar earned $2 billion in 24 hours of pre-orders is mathematically false and legally impossible under deferred revenue laws. Furthermore, the expectation of buying a physical disc is over. Retail copies will bypass Blu-ray manufacturing entirely, offering consumers an empty box holding a digital download code. And despite the long-term focus on recurrent spending, the studio officially lists the game as a single-player experience at launch, remaining completely silent on any immediate successor to GTA Online. Even after stripping away every viral exaggeration and social media fabrication, the verified data confirms this will be the most expensive and consequential financial event in media history. You should absolutely remain skeptical of viral screenshots, but you can stay thrilled for November 2026, because the audited, verified reality of Grand Theft Auto 6 is already the biggest entertainment launch the world has ever seen.